This is Mr. Anthony Yard, Beast from the East, and you're watching Lights Out.
This is FAISAL Khan for Lights Out, and with me via Zoom all the way from America. Delighted to be joined by Cassius, COG, Chaney, undefeated heavyweight prospect, 20-0 with 14 KOs. I want to start off the interview by asking you the question is, why have we never heard of Cassius Chaney before? Why hasn't Cassius Chaney blown up the heavyweight scene over in the UK? Where have you been?
I don't know, man. I must be under a rock. You know.
Am I right in saying that you're one of the most best kept hidden secrets in the heavyweight division today?
Yeah, I'll say that. I'll definitely say that.
Talk to me a bit about yourself. 20-0 with 14 KOs. You know, I've got you ranked as number 11 in America. Some good heavyweights in the American heavyweight division. There's yourself. There's Deontay Wilder. There's Dominic Brazil. You know, there's even Christopher Lovejoy, who I know quite well. I know now you've come onto the scene. Just talk to me so far how your career's gone. You know, what's your aims for the rest of 2021? And who are you looking to pick out? You are 20-0 now, so you have got yourself a decent record.
Well, I just want this year to finish up strong as far as me just getting some activity. I thought some good stuff up fights would be, you know, like a Joey DeWaco. You know, Brazil just forced. Brazil would have been a nice fight for me. I think that would have been a fun fight. Oh man, David Allen, you know, Huey Fury. I think those guys are like nice, cool fights for me. Joe Cusimano, but you know, I'm one of them people that I'm not gonna get my hopes up too high, and I just stay right in the middle, you know. And when I fight, that's when the emotion come out. You know what I mean? But I don't want to do all of like the calling out, because then it might not happen, and then you get your hopes up, and then it don't happen. So I'm just like focused on doing what I'm supposed to do.
Many people said that the heavyweight division, in terms of the American fighters, has kind of died down since Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz lost their world titles. But as I mentioned, there's good fighters still, such as yourself. There's Michael Hunter, there's Jared Anderson, you know, there's Gerald Washington. I mean, do you believe that now is the right time for the rebuilding process to begin for the heavyweight division in terms of the American fighters?
Yes and no, but it's not just about it is about the fighters, but it's just so much stuff that goes on, like that's going on over here as far as building American fighters, man. It's just crazy. When you see like UK fighters, you see Chisora still getting a lot of love and just he's packing arenas, and then you see Huey doing his thing. You know what I mean? These guys are always going to be able to box for long periods of time because they're treated right. And sometimes over here, it's not the same. It's just not the same. I don't know if it's just too many hands in a pot. I don't know if it's just competition with network. I don't know. It's just not the same. So you just got to maintain your truth. And for me, I'm just trying to just stay solid, stay straight, and you know, good things I believe will come of it.
In terms of yourself, where are you currently trading? Who are you currently trading with? And has there been any like big top names in the heavyweight division that you may have sparred with?
I'm training in Miami with Herman Casado at Casado Sports Training Center, and it's been great. You know, I'm here with Luis Ortiz. I'm with Carlos Negron, who's fighting Saturday against Scott Alexander. And I've gotten work with Trevor Bryan, Philip Hogovich. We worked together. Like we had to do like a whole workout together. Yeah, it's been great. It's just been a great atmosphere. You know, Lovejoy has come through. Man, that's a good question, man. It's been a little bit of everything. You know, a 4-0 guy, Brandon Morris, come through. Jeremiah Milton, who just had a nice knockout on ESPN, has come through. So I've been able to get better, you know, in and out of the ring, and I'm just trying to just stay positive about what's going on so far.
20 years old, sorry, 20 and 0, 33 years old. What is the ambition from now till the day you leave boxing, till the day you call it quits with boxing? What is it?
Oh,
Number one
one-
aspect.
100% to be undisputed champ. You know, I mean, not saying I didn't believe it before, because I have believed in myself since day one, but Andy Ruiz did it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's Wilder has been on the brink of doing it. I mean, it's there. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is boxing. You know, but you have to be guided, and you have to be. I think you have to be active. So it's hard for me to like pick a guy out. Like it's hard for me to be like, I want to fight Charles Martin. I ain't been active. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be in the ring and getting used to the atmosphere, you know, and all this stuff. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen in 2021, and hopefully, you know, something good comes about it, and you know, my promoter Main Events can make something work for me.
If you had to compare your style to any other heavyweight right now, which one would you say it would be?
Alive or like fighting now, or just
It could be any heavyweight, past or present.
wow. I would probably say Lennox Lewis. I'd probably say close to that. You know, obviously he's much more experienced and was just a great fighter. But I would say probably similar to that. I'm very technical, and I think a lot. I think a lot in the ring. You know, until I get hit, and then I'm like, oh, I don't think no more. But I would say probably Lennox is probably the one I watch the most, and I think I emulate the most. I try to emulate the most.
No, well, Lennox had a very lucrative career, you know, the last undisputed heavyweight champion in the division. The heavyweight division right now is probably the most talked about division today. You know, there's the whole saga with Fury versus Joshua and the undisputed clash. Then, of course, there's people asking the questions of what happens next with Deontay Wilder. Andy Ruiz, was he an overnight success, or does he have another title run in him? You know, what's your thoughts on the heavyweight division right now? Who have you got as the king of the division, and what do you predict for Joshua and Fury? And what do you see happening next with the likes of Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder?
I wouldn't say there's a king of the division right now, because there's so many. I think if you were to honestly, if there was like a one organization and everybody for everybody, boxing would just be like, it'd be like the NBA. Guys would be winning, losing, winning, losing. I don't think it would be one person that would just be like winning all the time. And I would say that I mean, my prediction on the fight, you mean, with Joshua and Fury, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Um, it's hard to say, man. I had a feeling maybe it might not happen. I don't know. It don't seem like it can happen, because then where do those two guys go? You know, it's like, what do you want to see after that? You know, I don't know. It's hard to say. I do feel like Wilder deserves a third. I do feel like Wilder deserves a third fight with Fury. So I'm interested in that. I'm probably more interested in that than Joshua Fury, to be honest. This summer.
If we do see a third fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, which is still a big fight, regardless of what people say, what do you think will happen in the third fight? Do you still see it being the same outcome, or do you think Deontay Wilder this time will turn it around and get a win over Tyson Fury?
It will go to the decision, and I think it would be different. I think it would be totally different. I think you'll see more of a similar fight to the first fight, where Wilder might land something, but I think it would be different. It's hard to say. I thought the first fight, I predicted the first fight to be a draw because of politics, but I think this fight would be similar. It's hard to say. But I do think Wilder would come back better fighting Fury a third time.
That's it. What can the fight fans expect to see from you for the rest of 2021? Tell us something. What we got to look forward to with yourself? Because as I mentioned, 20-0, but no one's really spoken much about you. So there's something there. There's something to look forward to. I'm pretty sure. What can we expect to see from you in 2021 and throughout the rest of your career in the next 18 months as well?
I think when they see me fight, they're gonna see somebody that has personality, explosiveness, a fan friendly style, you know, and I think they're gonna see some good action. I'm okay with excitement. You know, excuse me, I'm okay with excitement. You know, I think that brings the best out of heavyweights. You know, I'm not gonna say I like getting hit, but I don't mind it. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get hit. But yeah, so I would say excitement. You know, when I get in there and if I'm on the right type of situation, it'd be a nice little night.
Well, I mean, we're really looking forward to seeing what happens with you next. As I mentioned, 20-0, another heavyweight to look out for in this exciting division. It looks like it's pretty fun times ahead. Cassius, is there anything else you'd like to add before we bring the interview to an end?
No, man, I would say I appreciate it, man. I know you had to be up late, and we've been trying to. I know you've been trying to get this interview, man, and hopefully get ready for some excitement in 2021. I have a fan-friendly style, and I'm looking forward to bringing a good show, and hopefully I can fight in the UK someday. I really like the UK.
Well, we would definitely like to have you over here and see what you're all about. Like I said, another undefeated fighter in this exciting heavyweight division. It seems set for fun times. Cassius, thank you very much for your time. We really, really appreciate it. And we look forward to keeping in contact with you and hoping to catch up with you next before your next fight. And we look forward to speaking to you soon.
All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Pleasures are all ours. Cassius COG Chaney, thank you very much for talking to Lights Out.
Peace.